Hey, what's up, guys? We have ERKAM here. We're at the YCS 250th in LA, bro. And this is your first YCS.
First YCS, yeah.
And how did you perform?
Went 9-3, bubbled.
Bubbled. Hey, we all bubble here, but for your first YCS, dude, that's insane. What did you end up playing today?
We had a lot of stuff. Took some notes on it. Mostly rogue and like random decks, a bit of everything. So it was Flu, Mech Knight, Trap Trick, Pendulum, Malphite Sprite, Naturia, 2 Sword Soul, and then 3 Cash, and then a Dragon Link.
Dragon Link. And what did you play?
I played the Goob or the Kashtira, bro. Best deck.
The best deck, Kashtira? That's the goo. Do you have like spicy goo in there?
A little bit.
Let's check this out.
Alright. So, you know, just no explanation needed on this stuff. 3 Unicorn, 3 Fenrir, 2 Rise. You're capping if you're playing 1. You need to for sure. Card's just great, bro. It blends everything together. 3 is too much in my opinion, but you definitely need 2. People that were cutting this to 1. I tried it. It's mid. I am on the Ogre. I still think this card's great.
How do you feel about that? I know some people weren't playing it and some people were.
I mean, it enables the 5-lock with Arise Heart with material. So if you want to 5-lock spells and have Arise with 3 material, you have to run this. I think it's good. It comes up in like the lab matchup because it's 28. So usually with field spell, you can beat over the big guys.
Yeah, you can easily wreck lab with that.
Yeah, I like the card. It's good, and like the traps are pretty good too. Like I would keep it, and its actual effect is pretty good to stack their deck. Like if you're playing a simple board state and you just have attack with this, and then you stack their deck, then you just make a Rise Heart pass. You usually should be able to get the game. So like I think this is still good. I wouldn't cut it. I'm showing 1 Scareclaw Cash. Card's great. Wouldn't run 2. I know some people run 2. I wouldn't do it. That's it for the cash.
That's it for the monster engine?
Yeah, for the cash
monster lineup. Yeah. Monster lineup.
So yeah, just for more like cash cards, we're just running both of the traps. I was highly debating on cutting this one. But it comes up, and every deck that's not really like the mirror or is slow or grindy, like this card puts in work. And it helps with the recursion. Like even in the mirror, when you have this in Birth Live, it's so hard for them to keep playing. This helps with like the cheesy like board, like the monsters, like if they give you a token, like Plunder gives you a token.
Did it like ever win you one specific matchup that you were playing as of yesterday or today?
The Rip Hand effect happened once. It was versus a Trap Trick, and it actually happened in the mirror too because he imperms. But it's not like an MVP card. It's more of just like it lets you keep recycling. So like I'd keep it in.
Gotcha.
But it is really easy to brick on those. So it is what it is. And you have to run this. It enables so much. Enables the 5-lock and all the good stuff. Standard. I mean,
you have to run.
You have to run this stuff. You need 3 birth. There's just so much random hate. You need this to like play. Even though these are easily cards you can brick on, you have to max out. Consistency stuff, just 3 pots. I'm not on that Desires. Like I tried the Desires. I don't like it. I think it's pretty bad.
Was there ever an interaction when you played Desires that you just didn't like?
It just didn't feel good. Like banishing 10 from your deck, I guess like the logic is like you can attach stuff to the Rise, but like it just feels so bad in the mirror, especially like when you banish your deck. You just feel like you're down resources. Like every Theosis matters, every birth matters.
So you feel like you're grinding, it's just down.
Exactly, it just cuts your grinding out, and like the pots conflict. So if you're drawing like I already draw like 2 of these, and it feels bad. So like I don't want to be drawing more and like potentially bricking on more as well. So just 3's enough. For some like disruption, I guess I'm doing the 3 books. This card's way better than Eclipse because you can set it going first without worrying to like turn your board off. So this is definitely the better book. For like protection stuff, I decided to change it up a little. I did 2 Sorvis and 2 Lance.
This guy, so how'd you like that?
This was gas, bro. This comes up so much in the mirror and no one expects it. Like they'll do Big Eye and then they'll try and take your Rise. You chain this and then their fucking mouth just drops. So this is nice. This card's obviously really good too, and this is better in like the trap matchups like Trap Tricks and like Lab and stuff, which weren't that popular.
Even a Runic matchup too?
this card covers Runic as well, and this actually negates the activation of the Runic cards, so they won't be able to use Fountain on the resolution. So this is a little better versus Runic. The only thing this doesn't cover is Eclipse, which this does. So it's funny thing, because in my round like 10 match I played against Sword Soul, I had this in hand and he eclipsed me, and if I had Lance in hand I would have won that duel. So I was like, oh man, maybe I should have played 3 Lance, 1 Suave. But then in the Kashmir, I had this in hand and he had a Rise. If I had this in hand to negate the Rise to summon Fenrir and like have the plays with Fenrir, I would have won the duel. So it's like, I probably would keep it at 2-2. I was debating on doing 3-1, but then this came up again to be better.
You just gotta have both.
You gotta have both. They both apply. Like, if Trap Tricks and stuff fall off more, I might even cut this to 3-1, but Eclipse is still a card, so you gotta respect it. So, yeah, they were good. I liked them. A lot of times, like, you won't brick on this deck. You'll just have like Unicorn or like a Terraforming, and that's it. So like, if you can protect the Unicorn by like, this protects over, I know Mourner was gonna be really popular this event, and like Veiler and stuff. So I knew this would cover that and like potentially help me keep playing. So that's the reason, another reason why this covers like the hand trap, the targeting hand traps.
Yeah.
So it was pretty gas.
I also saw Effect Veiler out there too, so that's a good target.
Exactly, Effect Veiler. Ghost Mourner was the really popular one for like the cash. I know a lot of people were gonna be on that. I decided not to run Ghost Mourner. I am on the Ash though. Hey. I decided not to run the Ghost Mourner because like, if you, let's say you special the Unicorn or the Fenrir or whatever, you have to use Ghost Mourner right there. So they don't use the effects, and then they can just special it off Birth, or they can special it back off Big Bang, and then they get the effect off. So you're just going -1. Like, if they have ways to play around it, it feels really bad. So sometimes they just pass though, so I can see why people ran it. But I'm on 3 Imperm still, and then my last 2 disruptions, I did the Lava Golem.
Hey, so why Lava Golem? Why didn't you do Kaijus, or why didn't you do Nibs?
It was tough. It was a lot of back and forth, right? Like, the format's all over the place, so knowing what to run was a difficult choice. I thought that Nib was going to be kind of mid this event because I knew Sprite was really popular and they play around Nib really easily. So my idea was, if I'm playing cash as a cash player, I'm going to be overextending most of the time. So I figured this covers the overextension from cash. It's also really good into Naturia. You just like hit their Baron and their Naturia Synchro, whatever, the beast. It just covers with everything, right? I didn't want to do Nib because people can set up an Omni Gate and you can lose. So this felt like it was the best option to break boards, and it did good. Both my Sword Soul games, it performed well. I hit their Baron, and then the one that
the
Chichao, yeah. I did that twice. I ended up losing even after I Lava Golem them though, which was crazy, but
it happens, dude.
It happens, yeah. But this card was good. I think it was the right call, and yeah.
Let's check out that extra deck.
All right, extra deck. Pretty
standard.
Pretty standard. Maybe not that standard. We'll see. So 3 Rise. I know people are cutting it to 2. I just think it comes up in the mirror. Like, if you have to Ash the Theosis and you're only running 2, they can banish one off Unicorn, and then they banish the other off Mind Hacker, and then you're out. So I think that's why you have to run 3, because Ashing the Theosis is something like is huge. Like, I normally like to do that a lot. 2 Zeus, that's standard. 2 Shangri, that's standard. 2 Big Eye, not as standard. I know people were doing it, and then I was on 1 for a while, but it comes up a lot in the mirror. And if you're only on 1 of this, it's like the easiest thing for them to hit. So I decided to bump it back up to 2. MVP in the mirror, it's really good. For more rank 7s, the 1 Diablosis, 1, and 1. All pretty good, to be honest. They all have their own like niche. This is the skill drain versus lab. This is also just good into popping a card. And you know, let's say you have your board's clogged and you just need to clear your board. Like, you summon this, tribute this off, and then you can special all your Kashtira cards again. So like, this card comes up, but it's mainly the skill drain now. This card's MVP. Gets your whole engine going again. If you have Theosis, you just pop. This is good in the mirror. If you make your whole play and like pop their board apart. You just make this and like pop their continuous trap, pop their prep, pop their birth, and then you add back birth from like banishing Theosis. So this just gives you insane advantage in the mirror. And this is for like the 5-lock shenanigans. Even if you don't 5-lock and you like 3-lock, this is still great. Like, every time I'm banishing like 8 cards or whatever for my deck, it feels so bad. If you do this versus like Naturia and you hit their engine, it's like easy ways to like make them lose their whole engine, because Naturia's engine is super limited and stuff. So like this card, you gotta run it. I do run the Baron. I thought it was good. Like it comes up. Like you definitely need to run this card. There's situations.
Normal Summon Ash was just too good.
It's not like the best to Normal Summon Ash, but there are just certain game states where like it actually is the right play, and you just need to have this as an option when those game states do happen. And just sitting on an Omni Gate and like like I can end on a board with this. If I'm like scared of Nib, I can end on board with the best hands with this combo with the Normal Summon Ash. You can end on this, Shangri, Mind Hacker, and then Rise with 3 materials. So it's pretty gas.
It's pretty gas.
You gotta open like perfect for that to work though. And then for links, I just did these 2. So I wanted something for Ibly. Like this never really comes up, but it can come out. It can out Ibly still. I wasn't worried about the cash players running it, but if like the spray guys were running it, this is like our out to it. And the only extra deck prosp target I ran was Goliath. This is the best one because it deals with like the runic stuff. The runic destruction, or whatever, the one that destroys.
Yeah.
So
it protects from destruction on your machine monsters.
Exactly, yeah. So you wanted this for the runic matchup. I wasn't really, Garura, whatever. I mean, like the draws are cool and all, but I thought it was more important to run the second big guy and like stuff like that. So you don't always resolve prosperity, and like this is the only one that I figured was the best one. But I mean, you can cut the big guy, you can cut the Baron, and then you can run more prosp targets. But I just valued the other plays more. So let's go to side. Shifters, this card's cracked. Obviously there's downsides of bricking on it, or like you draw a top deck it or whatever mid-game and it feels really bad, but it's just such a powerhouse card. This blew out my Dragon Link matchup. Naturia Runic blew them out. And then it was dead in my hand in another Naturia Runic matchup, but it's still a good card. You gotta run it. 2 Bell. I wanted more stuff for Branded, which I didn't play at all today, but I wanted.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That deck fell off heavy. I mean, I can see why, like, but yeah, this was supposed to be like my 5 cards to go into Branded to just try and help stop the puppet lock or whatever. This is also crosses over for Mathmech, for the Mathmech trap, and it's also good into Labyrinth as well, the big welcome. So pretty good card. You can side it for Runic, but I already have so much Runic hate, I never sided it for that. 3 Cyclone and 3 Evenly. And I know people are gonna be like, whoa, why Evenly and why not Lightning Storm? I don't know. I think Evenly is just a little better. I know people are on Lancia, but like it's kind of like, it's like a 3 of non-searchable card. Like if they draw it, they draw it. You're not running Lancia in the mirror, or you shouldn't be. So like this still blows out better in the mirror compared to Lightning Storm. And then this is for like Runic obviously, or just back row stuff. And then lastly I did the 2 Dark Ruler, 1 Talent, and a Pointer.
1 a Pointer, so why 1 Talent, dude?
Alright, so let's do the Dark Rulers first. These were just for the Sprite matchup. It's also just good into Naturia, you just turn off their whole board. It's good in a lot of things actually. Like it's okay into the mirror. I wouldn't really side in the mirror though, because if they 5 lock you out of spells, this is dead, right? So, but mainly for Sprite and Naturia Runic, that was good. Talents, I just need another card for the mirror match, honestly. It could have been like Change of Heart or something, but I decided to go with Talents. It never came up, I never saw it. I did see it one time actually, and Change of Heart probably would have been better in that situation, so maybe I'll switch it for Change of Heart. But and then 1 a Pointer, I need something going first. 1 card to go in first. This is the best one. You can hit the Lava Golem, you can hit the Kurikaras off this. So
did you ever see Kurikara?
The Sword Soul guy was running it, 3 in his deck, but he didn't. I disrespected the crap out of it. He could like Kurikara me for like 4 monsters, but he didn't draw it. So but yeah, I didn't get Kurikara once this event. The card's pretty good though, you gotta respect it. But this hits the Lava Golem, the Kaiju, the Kurikaras, all that kind of stuff. But
dang,
yeah.
Well, good job, man. Like this is your first YCS and you bubbled it. I mean, what's to say that you're gonna top your next one?
I mean, if I make it to a next one, that'd be cool. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good experience. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you, ERKAM.
Yeah, thank you, man.